What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Frankiehardworkshow with another story. And in this story, I just want to give my little breakdown on a couple of things that I feel like people should know if they didn't know already. Who knows? I'm not saying like I know everything, but some things that I was looking at a documentary, a couple of documentaries, and getting information from different people, and I just want to give you things that I think about it because a lot of people getting it twisted because if a lot of people don't remember, right? Police, they was always getting harassed by police constantly. They was getting harassed by police constantly. From that area, they from the hood, they was getting harassed by police constantly. So we gotta think about it. There was gonna be, they didn't want them to have that property. They didn't want them to have that property. Then they end up renting a store, their first store, because before that marathon, they had a store before that. It was Sloss and Tees. And in that store, in the midst of them having that store, the police raided that store. And that's where Sam got locked up. And Nipsey got locked up also. But Sam ended up doing a bid off that. He did a 3-year bid off that. 80% time he did 3-year bid off that. And now while that's getting, they lost the store because of that. I don't think Nipsey did any time or nothing like that, but I'm sure he caught some charges or whatever. You know how that go. But when Black Sam came home, pretty much, they lost the store. His money wasn't right, but Nipsey money was getting together, I guess. And I'm not sure if this was like 2014, 2015. I'm not sure. But when he came home or whatever, Sam wanted to get that store again. So he started getting his money up by hustling, selling clothes or whatever, stuff like that. Because they said he had a table set up out of there. A table set up right there on Slauson and Crenshaw, selling stuff. But Sam said that it was him and his man Fats. But police was constantly always running down on him. Taking their stuff and this like that. Because the cop even told him, like, you know what? You want to stay out here, get you a store. Like everybody else. So that's what made him go get that spot from that lot. They was already in that lot anyway. So that's what made him go get the spot. So when they got that spot, that was the second spot. And when they got that second spot, that's what kind of like, set it off a little bit. But see, it still wasn't called the Marathon. Still wasn't called the Marathon yet. It was still called Sauce and Ave. So, in the midst of all that, they was, they had the store pretty much together or whatever. But in the midst of that, they was going through it with police still. Police was still running down on them constantly and mess with them, this and that. So it was one time where police came in there and pretty much locked Sam up, and Sam did 11 months off of this. Now, in the process of that, they were still renting the store. See, they didn't even own the store yet. They were still renting the store. And they was renting that store with an empty store pretty much. You know what I'm saying? And holding it down for Sam until Sam came home. So a lot of people forget about that. They wasn't owning the lot yet. They was renting that store for a very long time. So my point of even bringing that up, because I ain't going to go all deep into it, but my point of even bringing that up is the fact that if they going back and forth with police for hustling and things like that, you think police will really want them to own that property? So you can't, when you out there in the streets like that, they couldn't put that name outright in there. Think about it. He even said a story, Nipsey, where he even said a story where they almost killed, where police was shooting at Black Sam in that parking lot. You think police don't remember that? Now, in the process of them trying to get the store popping, Black Sam ended up getting locked up again for 11 months because police kept harassing the workers that was fixing the store. So just think about that. And that gets me to go into because when they reopened the store, I'm not sure, but I think they were still open. And when they reopened the store, they opened the store June 17th, 2017. Right? They opened it then. That's when they opened it. The flagship store. That's when it was the Marathon, the Marathon clothing store. That's when it was open. Right? Officially. So now think about it. They were still going through with police throughout that. They was claiming that that was a high drug area now. And they were still under investigation because back, if you rewind back a little bit, I just told you that police ran up in their store while the worker was in there. One of the workers said that police said that they had an investigation going on then. So think about it. Now they got this store going, store rocking, Nipsey out there doing shows, getting money. But mind you, his crew's still there, the Rolling 60s. Because it was one scene, and I'm going to get right back to it, but it was one scene where a dude was by the alley, and this was eerie to me, but the dude was by the alley pointing where he said that they used to be over there chilling, the Rolling 60s, whatever, chilling. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, they used to be having fun and stuff like that, but he said that particular alleyway was the treacherous alley because they used to come from the side and try to catch people shooting in the lot and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? He said that on the video. So you think that police don't remember none of that and then see these same guys over there doing that when these guys is trying to change their life. These guys are trying to get money, get right, and help the community. Police don't want to hear that. And that's messed up, though, because when they see a black man trying to do something powerful like that, they don't like that. Trust me, they know a black man can be very powerful when we put our mind to it. Black people, period. Right? But for my thing is saying this, with that store, right? And them renting it, they was renting it for years. Now, I remember Nipsey said he met David Gross, I think like 2017, something like that, at a basketball game, right? So my guess is what I'm thinking is he was keeping in contact with David Gross. They was building a relationship. And in the process of that, they was buying property after they probably built a relationship. Because like I said, now listen, I'm not trying to act like I'm a super hood nigga or nothing like that, but I'm from the hood just like everybody else. When you out there in the streets and your name is known like that, and you start trying to get you can't just go out and just buy commercial property. Now I would think in LA there's a lot of politics in LA. So I couldn't see Nipsey just throwing his name and his brother just throwing their name on there. His brother did bids and everything like that. Now it's not impossible. It's not impossible. But I just can't see them putting their name on these businesses like that without police end up investigating them or even the feds. Because they, believe it or not, they're going to follow that money. Now, I don't know if they was doing anything illegal or nothing like that. I'm not saying that. But when they investigate and they bring things like that in because they want that property, oh yeah, they're gonna go hard. So I can see Nipsey and Sam not putting the property in their name and putting in and mixing up with a dude that they felt as they could trust. I'm pretty sure these some smart men and they knew. You know what I mean? I don't think they just let David Gross just take advantage of him like that. That don't makes no sense to me. You understand? That makes no sense to me. But I was also looking at something where Nipsey had a few different properties. Like that Slauson and Crenshaw thing that they had. It had a lot of properties on there. I think they had a factory up there, bread, like some the bread yard factory, had another building. They had a couple of different things going on. But I can almost guarantee you he was doing it with Gross. I'm not sure. I could be way off. You let me know in the comments. But I'm guessing that they was doing mad projects like that. But that was before Nipsey probably acquired that property, the Marathon property, because like I said, this is my theory right here. This is how I feel. I feel like, because I seen somewhere or heard somewhere that they got that property, that they signed for that property, or no, that was the trademark. See, I think a lot of people saying, I think trademark, they filed for that trademark 2019 or something like that. But I was reading somewhere where it was Asians that used to own that lot, right? They used to own that lot, and they sold it to David Gross or something like that, or he was the realtor for it or something like that. And they wanted David Gross to get rid of that property. Matter of fact, David Gross did say that. They wanted David Gross to get rid of Nipsey because he was still renting the property. See, if I'm not mistaken, I think David Gross was their landlord at first. I think he acquired the property, and then when he ended up getting down with Nipsey and the police found that out, that's when it became more serious then. Because like I said, I believe it's a lot of politics in LA. I believe that. Now, like I said, I think if I'm not mistaken, in one of the letters he said that. Like he was the owner of that property, but they didn't know that he got down with Nipsey. But then when they found out, that's when the harassment happened. Because think about it. I think they filed for the trademark or something. I'm not sure. In January 2000, this year, 2019. And then in February, that's when they sent that letter that I showed in one of my last videos. So just think about that. Think about that. This, I'm not saying LAPD or anything like that killed him. You're not gonna hear that come out of my mouth. I don't want no sauce with nobody. Because trust me, these people listen. And I don't want no sauce with nobody, but that property is a gold mine. That property is a gold mine. And like I said, they constantly was beefing with police, going back and forth with police. And then they end up owning that property. You don't think that was a slap in the face when they knew that Nipsey owned that property and his brother, the guys that used to have that police that shot at Sam and everything? Police shot at Sam. Nipsey said that. And now they own that property? Come on now. And then to come to find out, they wanted him evicted. Think about it. This is going on for years because David said this was going on for a decade. They wanted them evicted out of that spot. So they were still renting it. And then when they end up buying a lot, you can't kick them out then. So you don't think that Nipsey being killed in that lot was convenient for him? Once again, I'm not trying to say, oh yeah, they set him up. No, I'm not saying that. That's not coming out of my mouth. But you don't think that was convenient that happened? I'm not trying to be funny when I say that. It was convenient when that happened that he got killed right there. That's the reason they could put more force on it. Because they thinking like the owner of this property, because his name wasn't on the paper, but this is hearsay. In their mind, this is hearsay. The owner of that property, one of the owners of that property was murdered right here. We got to get rid of it. Think about that, people. Come on now. I know I got a bunch of smart subscribers out here. I'm sorry this video long, but just hear me out. And I don't know if I might have been all over the place. I apologize, but I can understand y'all. I can see y'all understand some of my points. But hold up. There's a couple more things I want to say. Then that's it. And let me see. I'm looking at some things that I was writing down. Well, that's pretty much it. But as far as what I was writing down. But I just want to finish saying this. Now, his father just posted something, which was the note that David Gross received from police. His father posted that. Now, why would you think his father would post something like that? Because come on now, people not giving him credit. Like these is grown men, and this is a whole family. How can they let one man, David Gross, manipulate a whole family like that? How? These is grown men. Now, everybody's saying Black Sam's smart. Everybody's saying that the father's smart and all this. So why do y'all feel like that in this particular moment that they not smart enough to know how to deal with certain paperwork and how not to put your name on certain pieces of paper in order to avoid, some type of investigation from feds or stuff like that, because it's deeper than what people know. When you in the hood playing and you try to change your life, and trust me, there's a lot of politics involved. Trust me. Sometimes and I'm pretty sure any hood dude that is listening right now, comment in the comment section if you agree with me or not when I say this though. Some people got dudes that you got the person that got the money, and then you got the person that's the face of that. I'm gonna invest in you. It's gonna be under your name and all that, but behind the scenes we got this partnership and things of that nature. But your face is gonna be in it because you the clean one. And I'm trying to get up out of this too, but we're gonna get this money together. It happens all the time. What would make this situation different? Like I said, I ain't trying I ain't trying to sit here and play and Inspector Gadget or nothing like that. But I'm just using my common sense, and I'm just using what makes sense to me. Because for real, though, like, it's been all over the place, and it's just been crazy. And I want to know the facts. I want to know the facts. Because his father did not post that letter up for no reason. He didn't say nothing behind it, but he did not post that up for no reason. He know what the hell going on, as well as Black Sam, as well as the family. Why you think no family, like, if anything, if they felt like they was getting jerked, you think the family would have sat back and not said nothing? Nah. And I think the reason why his father post that real quick is because it's getting outrageous. So like I said, I'm going to keep you posted and updated. But that was my little rundown of what I think and what I believe. So you let me know how you feel about this, and I want to hear what you got to say about this. It's your boy Frankie Hard Work. Like, comment, subscribe, share this, and let me know how you feel about this. Y'all be easy out there. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Frankie Hard Work with another video, and I want to say first, before I go into the video, I'm not trying to beat y'all in the head with constant videos and stuff like that, because this is a serious situation. At the end of the day, it is a family and mourning throughout this whole situation. So, rest in peace to Nipsey Hussle, and my condolences goes out to the family, to everybody who known him, and everybody who cared and loved for him. Because at the end of the day, this is a man that was killed, assassinated. It was real. You know what I mean? So at the same time, we do have to respect the family. But I just want to speak about some things because, I was looking at, a couple of videos, and some people were sending me some informations and stuff like that, and I look over a couple of things, and I think it's a lot of things people miss as far as like the store property and stuff like that, because I really believe that they wasn't supposed to get that store from the rip. That property was not supposed to get sold to Nipsey Hussle from the rip. And the reason why I feel like that, because I want to give you a quick history, right? Now, before they got the store, I'm not going to beat you on the head. This might be a little longer, might not be, but before they got the store, they used to be in that lot all the time. They had issues with police constantly, all the time. This is before they even owned the property or even renting on the property. They used to be in a gas station, the Shell gas station. That's where they used to hang out at, right by there. Said a black man used to own that, but I guess he sold it. But anyway, fast forward. Now, they end up getting the store. If they had a store there first. It was called Slauson Tees. That was the first spot. Now, they had that store right there running. Now, while that store was going on, it was being harassed by police constantly. Now, how they lost that store was police raided the store. They raided that store, locked Sam up, locked Nipsey up. Sam ended up doing a bid. I think he did about 3 years, 80%. You know what I'm saying? And while that was going on, they lost the store. So they lost the store. Now, in the midst of all that, they still was being in a lot, but they were still going through with police. Now, the police knew who them dudes was. It was rolling 60s. You understand? And it was one scene that I was watching where a guy, and this was kind of eerie when I heard this. It was real eerie. But when a dude had walked over to, they was in a parking lot, he walked over to the alleyway where Eric Holder came from, where they showed him on camera. He came from that alleyway. The dude walked to the alleyway and said that alleyway used to be where the Rolling 60s used to hang out there and chill and drink and cool out there. He said before, people used to come through that alleyway and try to attack people and shoot up and, try to shoot them in the lot and stuff like that. Now, that was strange to me. I ain't gonna say strange, but that was eerie to me because that ended up happening with Nipsey. Eric Holder came from that side right there. So that's off note, but it was just weird to me because, dude was just saying, like, that's what happened. That's what happened. And then for that to happen. But that was, I digress. But he ended up doing 3 years, 80% time. Then he came home, right? So when he came home, and hold on, the backtrack a little bit. Nipsey was in New York when no, when you know what? Now let me go forward. But when he came home, he ended up selling like socks and stuff like that because he told Nip like he wanted to get back in that store. He wanted to get that store open. So he ended up, having socks and t-shirts and stuff like that, out there, so he was hustling out there to get the money, to get the rest of the money up. Because Nip said, he had some money put up. His brother had some money put up, but I guess they had to get some more together, whatever, to get everything together. Because Sam said they kept getting locked up because police kept running down on them. So they end up just saving up the money and going to the store and then end up renting the spot. So that's how it all came. That's how they end up getting that spot. Now, see, my point of bringing this up because while this is all going on, police was constantly harassing them while they was building that new spot. You understand? Now, I'm guessing that in 2014 is when they got the second spot because it was called Slauson T's, the second spot. You understand? Sam did his little bid. Sam ended up doing another bid because as they was fixing it again, right? Like I said, I might be bouncing all over the place, but just stick with me. But as they was